Here I'm going to do a compare and analysis with Kobe Bryant's game versus LeBron James' game. Now, it seems to be in vogue to say LeBron James is the better basketball player, but in my humble opinion, that really argument doesn't seem to hold weight. There's not a lot on the basketball court that LeBron James can do better than Kobe, aside from the fact he's nowhere near as aesthetically pleasing to watch. Kobe Bryant has taken 13 years in this league to master the game in every facet. LeBron James' game, although very impressive, powerful, and dominant, is very limited. There are ways to stop LeBron James. You know what I mean? With a concerted effort on your defense, you can take away one of his three elements. And then what's he left with? Let's see. He's strong to the basket, one of the best finishers the league has ever seen. We'll give him that. He recovers on defense well. He's a very good help defender. Not a great unball defender yet, but great team defender. He has pretty much, we won't say unlimited range. He has unlimited outside range, but his mid-game range is where he falls short. Kobe is much better from that 6 to 16 feet range that's referred to as the mid-range. It's not even close. Post-game, although LeBron James probably has 40 pounds on Kobe, he's nowhere near the post player Kobe is. It's too limited. Doesn't like to go out there, doesn't like to go down there, doesn't like to mix it up. He likes to drive to the basket and finish, but he doesn't like to set up in the post. He has no back to the basket game. Yeah, sure, he may be able to bully somebody and hit a layup. He has no turnaround jumper, doesn't have the fadeaway, not even really have an up and under layup, but that's all. That's all for now. I'm sure he can make a layup. That's not his issue. Free throw shooting. No point in even bother talking about that, man. He's nowhere near the free throw shooter is, and it's not reliable in the fourth quarter. It's getting better. He hit a couple of clutch free throws against Miami about 3 or 4 days ago that sealed the game. That's good. You got to get there sometime, but as of right now, it's not even close. End of the game, minute or less on the clock, I want the ball in Kobe's hands. Period. Last second shot, not even close. We already know who the best last second shot taker that the game has ever seen, more than likely. Like J. Adonde says, Kobe Bryant is probably the best bad shot taker the league has ever seen. If he has a look within 3 seconds, he's going to get a good look. You know what I mean? And shit, he's hit 3 game winners this year already. So, we already know there. Passing ability. Now, it's a misconception that LeBron James is a better passer. He plays in a different offense than Kobe. Court vision, close to a wash. But the type of passes Kobe makes can only be reserved for somebody who's a 10-year vet plus. You know what I mean? Like how Steve Nash passes now. Steve Nash wasn't making those passes in his 4th or 5th season or whatever. Although LeBron James has been in the league longer than that now. I believe he's in his 7th season as we speak. There's just plays I've seen Kobe make that I haven't seen LeBron duplicate yet. So yes, raw statistics. Of course, he's going to average more assists than Kobe because the ball's always in his hand. Triangle offense isn't predicated on one pass shoot offense. Sometimes it's the pass that sets up the next pass. You know what I mean? So Kobe could be baseline, being double teamed. He'll kick it out to somebody on top of the key. The other defenders will try to collapse on him. And now there's an open shooter on the perimeter, on the baseline, on the side. Shot made. That whole play was predicated on the first pass that Kobe made, or anybody in the offense. You know what I mean? It's a very unselfish offense. That's why no one in the history of the triangle has averaged more than 7 assists. And Kobe's been right around 6 assists the entire time he's been in there. So that's another thing to look at. And another thing to look at is how much better a passing team LA is than Cleveland, regardless of how many assists LeBron has. Which goes more in line to show that LA has much better ball movement than Cleveland on a regular basis. They're one of the top teams in assists, while Cleveland, under normal circumstances, don't quote me, or where they sit as we speak this year, but usually they're toward the bottom rung of, leaders and assists as far as teams concerned. So just different responsibilities are going to lead to different numbers. Kobe's by far the better scorer. He's got 81-point game to prove it, 5 60-point games to prove it. When LeBron gets his first 60, then we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? But as of right now, there's no question. So let's see. Kobe has the baseline jumper, the fadeaway, the up and under, the three-point stroke, the free throw. He has every shot in the game. Period. There's no question about it. And what are we looking at? A 9th or 10th time All NBA defensive player, 7 first teams, probably working on his 8th this year. Yeah, LeBron, you'll get there. Kobe may pass the torch, but I just can't see historically LeBron ever being regarded as a better player than Kobe, because he's not going to have, well, the hardware for one, but he just doesn't have that aura, that all-around game. I mean, you understand he's in the building. We understand that. But he doesn't have that take over the game in multiple ways. You know what I mean? You know what you're going to get from LeBron. Every play is about the same. It's a dunk, it's a three, a flashy pass. And that's it. So those are my arguments. LeBron, you're a tremendous player. You'll finish in the top 10. You'll probably be a few spots behind Kobe, who very well might be considered the best to ever do it after his 7th championship that we probably will see in the next 4 or 5 years. Holla back at me. Peace.